What's up, short filmmakers? This is GK Kamara, and we are live. We will be starting, well, we're not live, but this is pre recorded. But I will be starting a 10-day short film idea challenge. And today is day one. So every day for 10 days, I'm going to create a short film idea and I'm going to post it on YouTube. You're going to see how I came up, well, you're going to get an idea of how I came up with the idea, and then you'll gain insight into how you can quickly come up with um, some short film ideas of your own. This is piggybacking off of the last video I did, which was an epic video called Anatomy of a Short Film Idea. And hopefully, by you going through this 10-day challenge with me, you will understand more and more how the process works and how you can come up with short film ideas almost at will, and compelling ones at that. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to each day, I'm going to provide an idea that I came up with. I'm going to tell you the source. I'm going to tell you what my initial thoughts were, and then I'm going to give you the idea. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. And if you have any further questions, please ask them in the comments or comment below. And then you can feel free to do the challenge along with me. Okay? See how you do. All right. All right. So today is day one. Let's get to it. So the source. I was reading a story online about an arts organization that helps homeless youth by opening their doors and giving them a place to stay. They are taught art and also given food. Okay. Now, my initial thoughts. First, this is a very compelling storyline. How do I know that? Well, as soon as I read the headline, and I didn't even have to read the story, I felt something. I felt appreciation towards the arts organization for doing such a good thing. And then I felt a compassion towards the kids who are homeless. Okay. And so that's compelling to me. And it's also interesting. If it's not interesting to you and it's not compelling, then keep moving on to something else that is interesting and compelling for you. So for me, this story, I thought in my head, I had a seed of an idea that would make a great film. Okay. And another thing is I became aware of images. Images started popping in my head. And if you're a filmmaker, you know that once images start popping in your head, and you start seeing visions of scenes, possible scenes for an idea that you come up with, then the seeds are planted and the wheels start turning, and you have a good chance. This particular story has a good chance to be made if you choose to develop it. Okay, so what type of cinematic images did I see in my head? Well, I saw a young girl among a group of other homeless kids who these other homeless kids didn't seem to care or aren't any good at art, but this particular girl has a natural gift. And I could tell as soon as we could tell as soon as she makes the first stroke with her paintbrush that she had a gift. And I saw all of that in my head. And then we also had a problem, and a problem. And if you saw Anatomy of a Short Film Idea, you'll know that I say one of the things that helps a story to be compelling is if you have a problem that can be solved for the audience. Okay. And that problem is this girl is homeless, yet she has a gift to be able to paint. So there's the problem of being homeless and having the resources to paint. And I like that as having a problem, because the next question that came out of my head was, how can we get her out of her situation and into a better one where she can paint and show her talent and show her gift, So I was like, how can we make a story out of this? How can we get her out of her situation and into a better one? And I even thought, what is her personality like? Does she get along with the other homeless youth? Um, so all of those things started popping into my head, and I started answering those questions, and they sort of helped to inform me of the short film idea that I came up with. And this is what I came up with. Among a group of homeless kids, a shy but talented homeless girl is discovered by a wealthy art collector while creating art at an art center. Through her new friendship with this collector, it's discovered that she ran away from home. She is forced to confront the issues with her family that caused her to run away, and in the end, she rejoins the family and is sent to a prestigious art school to hone her craft. And for the first time, we see her beautiful smile. Okay, that is what I came up with. And if you saw the video Anatomy of a Short Film Idea, you know that I start with the seed of an idea. Then I ask and try to ascertain, is it compelling? And then I come up with the end. So I came up with the end first. I wrote down a few endings, and the one I decided on was the girl rejoins her family and is sent to a prestigious art school. And I added a little touch there at the end to sort of tug at the heartstrings of the audience, where we see her beautiful smile. So if I were making this film, I would make sure that we don't see a smile from her until the end of the film. I mean, not that we can't feel that there's a smile in there. She doesn't have to be mean or rude or anything, but that final smile will certainly make for a compelling ending. Okay. Then after that, I wrote a few beginnings, and then I came up with, among a group of homeless kids, a shy but talented homeless girl is discovered by a wealthy art collector. Okay, that's the beginning. Okay, while creating art at an art center. Okay, so she's discovered by a wealthy art collector. And then after that, I came up with a few middles. I like to try a twist, but I like to try a twist in the middle, but sometimes you can play it straight. And I felt that this was a type of story that you could play. It's better to play it straight because you have a compelling story there. You're dealing with kids, art, and an art center. So I think it was appropriate to just play the middle straight. So the middle I came up with was, through her new friendship with this collector, it's discovered that she ran away from home, and then she's forced to confront some of the issues with her family that caused her to run away in the first place. Okay, so that's the middle I came up with. It took me all of about 10-15 minutes, and that is day one. That is the short film idea for day one. Feel free to use it if you want. I have not produced it. Right now I have 3 kids, 7 and under, so I'm not making films at the moment. So, but if you do choose to use it, make sure you give me a credit in your ending credits. All right. So that's it. So on to day 2 tomorrow.